Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning to our very distinguished past president, Dr. Suleiman Indanusa. We also welcome to our fold, our immediate past president, Mr. Samuel Kolawole. I can see the background, which is very unique. I also welcome to this particular gathering our very distinguished council members, and our resource persons today. We are having one of the most important programs of the Institute, which is the Roundtable on Corporate Governance. As you are all aware, ICSAN is the hub of governance professionals, and that is why anything relating to corporate governance or governance generally is of interest to us. And what we have done this particular year is to look at the current trend and the new developments that we are coping with and the implication of that new development. 10, 15 years ago, the way we operate was such that we are operating manually. However, as I said in several engagements, COVID-19 is the digital rapture of the workplace and the means of interaction. We've now been forced to operate digitally. And because of this new space that we have now found ourselves, there is the need for us to put governance in place in such a way that we'll be in a position to manage the risk, associated risks to this new development. And that is why we have carefully chosen this particular team, involving issues, involving dynamics in IT governance, the obligations of stakeholders. Gone are the days where we assign responsibilities only to some groups of people, maybe experts. Nowadays, we as stakeholders, we are involved in the entire end-to-end process. For example, in the past, you say, when we talk about IT, yes, this is the technical area. It's no longer a technical area. When you look at the Nigerian Code of Corporate Governance 2018, it has given the responsibility to the board of directors on issues relating to IT governance, and that they should have a policy around that. So it shows that it's a collective responsibility, right from the highest level of any organization to the lowest level. And that's why we be looking at the obligations of all the stakeholders in the ecosystem, so that we are not only using this particular platform that we have been forced to operate in, but we use it in such a way that we consider the interests of all the stakeholders, and in such a way that we continue to take the benefits of this particular new initiative, and then we'll be in a position to do our jobs better, manage the dynamics in a very proactive manner, so that we can all benefit from it. So it is as a result of that we have assembled very distinguished resource persons, experts in their own fields, that will be in a position to at least share their experiences with us and also advise us appropriately on how to navigate this new area. It's new area because and it's still evolving. That is the strange thing about it. And that's why also the topic starts with evolving. So it's not as if it has come to stay. It's still evolving, and nobody knows the destination. But it's just a journey that we must willingly participate in, so that we can know the evolution and try as much as possible to cope and also shape the direction in such a way that we benefit from it. Today is not a day for making long speeches. I must thank the resource persons who have accepted our invitation. Mr. Soji Apampa is well known in the industry. We also know Mrs. Ndidi Paluba, Mr. Adewale Adeyipo, and Dr. Sheun Bishua. They will assist us to do justice to it. And we are in a very good hand. The chairman of the occasion is a peculiar person to us, and also particularly in respect of this team, is an area that is very has shown tremendous interest. And we must specifically thank the members, particularly the chairman of the corporate governance capacity building committee, Dr. Adenika Hassan, for putting this particular program up, and then the members of the secretariat. I'm very sure we will enjoy ourselves today. we learn new things. And please, as usual, share your comments on the chat box, ask your questions in the Q&A box, so that, as you say, it's an evolving area. So nobody will say he has monopoly of knowledge. Just ask the questions and the experts will guide us. So it was on that note that I welcome you to what appears to be the last program. We have reserved the best for the last of the Institute in 2020, while wishing you a prosperous year 2020. Thank you.
Graduates, students of ICSAN, I'm highly honored for this unique opportunity to share this very interesting and important conversation in the area of evolving dynamics in IT governance, obligations of stakeholders. I'm equally excited by the prospect of a very robust and interesting conversation today. This is obvious given the very eminent lineup of speakers and discussants. Other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to the 2020 Roundtable on Corporate Governance. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we all know that the pursuit of everything digital is happening at an accelerating pace. Speed has become a huge resource or a source of value, whether measured by faster decision-making or how quickly an organization can go from ideas to revenue. In the race to harness emerging technologies, such as cloud computing, mobile solutions, artificial intelligence, machine learning, social media and Internet of Things, and innovation, it is easy to forget about governance, and that can result in unintended and significant costs and risks. This therefore underscores the need for establishing a governance framework that embraces disruptive technologies and encourages innovation while ensuring risks are identified and managed for the survival and thrive of any organization in an increasingly digital world. IT governance, as we all know, is an attempt to specify the decision rights and accountability framework to encourage desirable behavior in the use of IT. If you recall, after Sarbanes-Oxley Act was enacted in the US in 2002, followed by similar regulations in many countries around the world, corporate governance and ITG, that is Internet governance, information technology governance, have become more and more connected. Today, the IT control plan has become integrated into the overall enterprise compliance plan. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this topic of today also recognizes the importance of stakeholders. The significance of stakeholders' claim is determined through the concept, of course, stakeholder saliency, because we have different kinds of stakeholder. Some of them have power. Some of them have legitimacy from the social contract and context. And some, of course, have a duty to ensure they press attention to the urgency for the society and, of course, for other stakeholders. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our discussion today will focus on governance and taking the interest of stakeholders on board so that whatever we have reflect their interests. We know that there are different typologies of stakeholders. Some stakeholders are dormant stakeholders, some are discretionary stakeholders, some are demanding, some are dominant, some are dangerous, some are dependent, some are definitive, and we also have non-stakeholders. But it is very important that we all take account of the different kinds of stakeholders in the evolving technology and how we can ensure that the technology, though has advantages, must cater for all. The scope of internet information technology governance usually involves about 5 main focus areas: the delivery of value, the mitigation of risks, strategic alignment, resource management, and performance measurement. All above are driven by the stakeholder value, and therefore that is why the topic of today is very germane and very important, because it focuses on the stakeholder. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with this array of very eminent speakers and discussants, I think we're in good hands. We look forward to a very exciting, very robust conversation today. I will advise strictly that the moderator helps us to ensure that speakers and discussants keep to time so that we can have value for time and value for money. On that note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this roundtable is declared, and then we look forward to where we will invite questions and answers. And I wish the speakers and discussants very well. Thank you so much.